When President Park Geun-hye meets global leaders in Washington later this week at the Nuclear Security Summit, she'll continue to garner support from the international community to further pressure North Korea to abandon its nuclear weapons program. The president's agenda there and in Mexico. Our presidential office correspondent Song Ji-sun reports.
President Park Geun-hye is set to embark on an 8-day trip Wednesday to attend a nuclear security summit in Washington, followed by summit talks in Mexico City. Park's official schedule begins with a reception and dinner hosted by U.S. President Barack Obama at the White House on Thursday. At the plenary on Friday, 50-plus state representatives will assess their achievements since the last summit and seek ways to strengthen cooperation for increased nuclear security. But what happens outside the summit venue is just as important. Japanese media earlier reported that South Korea, Japan, and the U.S. will hold trilateral summit talks on the sidelines, mainly to discuss North Korea's nuclear issue. Bilateral talks between the leaders of Korea and Japan are also likely in a follow-up to their first summit talks 5 months ago. President Park would then fly to Mexico City for a summit with her Mexican counterpart, Enrique Peña Nieto. Mexico, a strategic cooperative partner with Seoul, is the second largest economy in Central and South America with a GDP worth over $1.2 trillion. It also acts as a bridge linking North and South America. 12 Korean companies utilize Mexico as a stepping stone to enter the Americas. A business entourage representing 144 companies and organizations will accompany the presidential delegation. Her visit to Mexico is the first overseas trip to be made since UN sanctions on Pyongyang went into effect. President Park and Peña Nieto will also discuss ways for strict implementation of sanctions on North Korea. Song Ji-sun, Arirang News.